Greetings, Father Joe here, your friendly neighborhood pastor, coming to you from St. Patrick's Church in lovely Highland Mills, New York. Today is Thursday of the second week in Ordinary Time, and in our readings, God, through the prophet, he says, "Fear not, O worm Jacob, O maggot Israel," and you might be tempted to say, "Wow, God really hates us." But that's not the case. So first, let me put this into a little context. God's people, the 12 tribes, are broken into two groups. After the death of Solomon, Israel, the Jews, they broke into a northern kingdom, which had the 10 tribes, and the southern kingdoms, which had only Judah and Benjamin, but they had Jerusalem and they had the temple. And almost right away, when the northern and the southern tribes split, the northern tribes started false worship, pagan worship, whatever, the worship of the nations. Now, the southern tribes, Judah, also fell into this. But when God is speaking here to Jacob and Israel, he's speaking about the northern tribes. Also, this is about 2.5 centuries after the split. And so, again, is God rejecting the northern tribes? Well, far from it. If we read the reading, it begins, "I am the Lord your God who grasp your right hand." So in other words, I'm here to help you. I'm trying to grasp your hand. It is I who say to you, "Fear not, I will help you." So, yes, it continues, "Fear not, O worm Jacob, O maggot Israel." But to put this into context, I've got a great quote from Flannery O'Connor, great Catholic writer, but who wrote, some really wild stories, a lot of very vicious, violent images. And so here's what she said. She said, "When you can assume that your audience holds the same beliefs you do, you can relax and use more normal means of talking to it. When you have to assume that it does not, then you have to make your vision apparent by shock." And she continues, I just love this. So you have to shock people. "To the hard of hearing, you shout. And for the almost blind, you draw large and startling figures." So God needs to shock his people to come back. He has to let them know how far they have fallen or how miserable their lives are, so that they'll stop chasing false gods and come back to him. So when we read things like this isn't, "Oh, God's lost his temper," because God can't lose his temper. He's perfect, all right? But he does say things to shock us. So, again, application to our life today. Is there a part of my life that I've grown complacent with where maybe I need the Lord to shock me? Maybe I need to hear, "Oh, worm, Father Joe. Oh, maggot, Father Joe." Again, not to disrupt, not to make me think, "Oh, I'm the worst thing in the world," but so that I will accept when the Lord reaches out to grasp my right hand, when he says, "Fear not, I'll help you." When he says, "I will help you," says the Lord, "your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel." God's trying to shock us enough to return to him with all our heart and all our soul and all our strength. God bless you.